Welcome to another episode of Dining with Greatness. I know everybody's been anxiously awaiting the ballyhooed interview with Andy Dumstorf. Well, we finally secured him after a month's pursuit, and we're nailing him down for the interview here. And we've got so much stuff to go through here. We think we're going to give you a two-part interview bonanza here. So, without any further interruptions, let's go ahead and get into the meat of the interview. How you doing? You doing all right today?
We're done with Derby. Kind of getting to a slow time of it.
And for those of you who maybe aren't as familiar with Dining with Greatness as you probably like to be, we are focused out of the greater Louisville area. So Kentucky Derby time is a busy time of year for us. So today we went to the Granville Inn in Old Louisville, just off University of Louisville's campus. Andy and I have been here several times over the course of the years. How many times do you think you've been here in your life?
I've lost count. But the Granville burger has never changed. Medium, pepper jack cheese, fries, half and half iced tea.
Yeah, I usually go with the bacon cheddar. It's an outstanding hamburger. I get mine medium rare. How long ago did you start?
How long have I started coming? Well, I was in college.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a good 30 years ago.
I think this is the first restaurant I went to when I first moved to Louisville.
Kenny Klein take it?
You might have taken it. So, and you know, you just don't mess with a classic. It's been phenomenal ever since. So, I do just want to stress though what a scheduling coup this was for us, because Andy's a very successful businessman in the area, and I know he's been a frequent target of most of the major economic magazines, media outlets, as well as media marketing and real estate trade publications, all wanting interviews, all of which he's turned down. But he is doing an interview here with us today, so we're very lucky to have him. Well, let's start with your real estate prowess. When did it really occur to you that you were pretty much a real estate genius?
It probably started almost right away when I started making cash on the first condo I had back on Bardstown Road. It wasn't too difficult to figure out. Anyone can do it, but you got to have the kahunas to do it. It's not that difficult to do. But you got to be able to just walk off the cliff and do it every once in a while. It's not that hard. It's easy to make money, but you got to spend money.
But you have to admit, you have kind of a natural aptitude and gift.
You know, everything I touch turns to gold.
I've said that, and that's why this is such a scheduling coup for us to have you on here. Talk a little bit about your first purchase.
Well, it was a condo just off Bardstown Road in the Highlands. I had it for about 5 or 6 years. I bought it, moved into it, lived there for about 3 months, moved out, had it rented. The rest is history.
Do you still own it now?
No, it's long gone. Made a huge profit off of it, out of it.
You got together with your brother and purchased a church at one time, correct?
He still lives in the church.
Well,
we bought it at an auction.
Okay.
We irritated people when we bought it.
Which you've been doing ever since as well.
He owns the corner there at 6th and Magnolia. Stuart Robertson Presbyterian Memorial Church, built in 1891, has on the cornerstone. He bought the building next door to it, nice 3-story red brick building. We pretty much try to monopolize the whole Louisville area. I have 30 rental units myself, most of them are U of L students. It's a gold mine. People just don't realize it.
Do you feel like owning all these properties and all the maintenance and everything that goes along with it, does it improve your physical condition?
I'm in the best physical shape of my career.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's obvious.
I mean, I get my steps in every day.
He's got a Fitbit on. You can
Even though it's dead right now. But
it's dead right now, but you know, that's probably because of overuse.
It is, I'm sure.
You can't count numbers then.
I mean, I'm working out of the track and, cutting grass the past week. I mean, I'm averaging almost 12 to 15,000 steps a day. They want you to do 10,000. I'm well surpassed that.
Yeah. What kind of handyman skills did you have when you started?
When I first got in, I didn't have a lot of talent doing it.
But like everything else, you picked it up quickly.
I paid guys to do it, sat there and watched them do it, and realized I can do that. And after I watched it and picked it up from them, I'm my own electrician, plumber, painter, roofer, carpenter. I can do it all.
Let's talk about TV. Another area you're very versatile. You can do all kinds of different things.
Well, we have a pretty well-rounded multimedia market here in the greater Louisville area. And I've worked for ESPN, ABC, University of Louisville. We do a lot of their in-house production work. We do a lot of their directing and producing work, helping out the great Jeremy No on his
Does
shows.
a phenomenal job for U of L.
You know, he was a great hire by Kenny Klein.
They're all great hires by Kenny Klein. What is your forte? What, on the actual TV crew, what exactly do you?
You know, I started out as a stats guy.
Yeah.
And since then, I kind of morphed that position into graphic position for any major production. At this point in time, I'm doing a lot of directing. So you pretty much control the show.
Okay. During the season, you mentioned you do a lot of work for some of the networks, certainly ESPN. Afford you the opportunity to travel. Where are some of the places you hit this year?
I have hit some great locales this year. I was in the Magnolia State 5 times. I mean, I don't know who can ask for a better scheduling who.
Well, and you know what's interesting?
Then going to Mississippi in January and February.
Because I know Dining with Greatness has a big following in Mississippi.
You go to Starkville, Mississippi, and Oxford, Mississippi, and Jackson in January. There's no better places in the world to travel that time of the year.
What of all the places you've been, not just this year, what is the most unique campus you've been on?
You know, Texas A&M has a pretty unique campus, but Baylor in Waco, Texas, is really an interesting place.
You know that's a wrong answer.
Because
Oral Roberts is got to be the most unique.
You know, Oral Roberts and the framed golden hands and the campus that looks like a set of off the Jetsons is one of the most unique games that I've ever worked.
And I'll say this, on the Oral Roberts campus, the folding hands, you at least understand the rationale behind it. Some of the other sculptures around campus, if someone could explain to me what's going on with that, we'd really like to know, because we can't figure it out.
The great thing about the Oral Roberts campus, based on God and all that it's involved with, right across the street is a casino.
Yeah.
So the hands are praying for the Indian gods.
Yeah. You're right. And praying for big wins, lots of 21s.
I mean, to have a casino right next to a college campus, what a great place to go to school.
I agree. Well, hey, we're going to stop right there. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Final Four and some of Andy's Mo's philanthropy he participates in. We'll be right back with part 2 of the Mo Dumstorf interview bonanza.